Flippin' typical. I'll be right back, I need another glove. That's kind of strange. Well, that's strange. I thought I had a few more boxes left of a particular of these gloves, but can't find any. Almost certain I haven't run out already. Oh well, I'll just have to switch to the new box in the interim. I don't quite like these gloves as much as the previous ones, but yeah, they're a little thicker and the texture on them isn't as good. So it means when I'm trying to handle fine items, I don't quite get the same feel. Alright, hello everybody. Hey Denumrez. And DJ Craze, you got a busy day. Well, best to get to it. Don't let me stop you. It's probably a very bad idea if you do. Okay, so we've got a board only shipment in this one, special circumstances. And it's interesting, they've shipped it in what looks like a genuine Apple mainboard carry assembly. Don't see that very often. It's even got an Apple number, 970-00640. That'll be the number for that piece of plastic, not for the board that was in it. Alright, so we've got a 239. It's got a problem with the SSD not showing up. We're just getting a flashing folder. So Piccolo is usually our culprit. Well, dropping it's also another culprit. So we'll have a look around, we'll do some probing, do some measurements and see what comes up. So you gonna come up, Mr. Microscope Camera? Yes you are. Hey there, Toby. Okay. Piccolo is a very sensitive little beast. And that's it there. Oh, that hasn't experienced any liquid sort of issues. Normally, we've got a little bit of liquid there. Wonder if that's a shorted rail. That's a negative. Just take these fan shrouds off. Nothing but interfere with when you're trying to work on the workbench. Now we'll go back and check the Piccolo area for shorts, but I want to check the rest of the board before I dive into it. I kind of get the feeling that 9239 has been reworked based on the fact that you sort of got this bit of a flux sheen around it that isn't really present at other places. CD3215s all look good. Denumrez and I have not got that 840 running yet. I did reply about your cap pickup, but that was a no stuff, that one. Like I said, there's probably one stupid little signal that's not coming up. Of course it may not be coming up because something like the PCH is dead or whatever, but yeah, nonetheless. Alright, well, can't really see much else, so we're just going to go through and check the continuity on these rails around the piccolo. Hey there, warrant stamps. See if we get lucky. That's not good. It's not good because... oh, that'll be ground. It's not good because we're not really showing any shorts anywhere. 382, 340, 250, 250, 342. Nah. Well, that kind of ruins that. Yeah, it's gone from being a possibly easy repair to that's not going to happen. Typical. So we've got this tiny amount of corrosion here. That's pretty much our only clue at this point. Now the 3215s aren't likely to be what do you call it, guilty parties, because they're underfilled. Hey Mark, is there any electronics school board repairs that you would recommend? Honestly, I don't have anything that I can specifically think of. I mean, you can go there's so many of them out there, and yet so many that I don't know if I can recommend. Lewis Rossman has a good number of videos. Dave Jones has a good number of videos. Part of the problem is, of course, I personally haven't really looked around that sort of thing for a long time, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. I'm sure someone in chat might be able to help. So it depends whether you want to learn electronics or whether you want to learn board repair, because they are, while there is a crossover, they are a bit different from each other. Okay. Yeah, right pain in the backside, this one. Here I was hoping it'd be a very clear and distinct piccolo fault, but no. Can't be having anything easy like that happening. Okay, so this is a Piccolo U9300. It could be that the Piccolo itself is dead. That's entirely possible. Pardon me. Now, one of the big problems is, if I do need another Piccolo, trying to find one is not exactly the easiest thing. I do not have any of the required 1534 boards that do contain it. I've got plenty of the 0045 boards, but I don't have any of the 00244 boards. Miles, it seems like I've used up all my easy quota. I fixed one earlier today. That was a nice CD3215 input cap failure, so I guess you're right. I already have used up my easy rider repairs for the day. Oh, there's Civil Up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only the 244 and the 239 that carry the Piccolo. See if I've got any 239s with the Piccolo still attached. Sometimes you can just reheat the Piccolo and it will come good for a little while. Obviously it's not that's definitely not a long-term strategy, but if you're in a bit of a fix and you don't have any spare Piccolos, you can try reheat the Piccolo, and every now and then it will come back to life long enough for you to get the data off, or at least it proves that the Piccolo is at fault, and you can go from there. I'm just grabbing all the 1534 boards I have, just in case I failed to realise I had a 244 amongst them. Very unlikely, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, anyway, as you can see from the part search, it's only the 239 and the 244 that had the Piccolo. Oh, the horse. So, 0045. This is like playing scratch. It's 0045. You know, scratch off the label and, yep, 45. Lo and behold, a 45. A 45. And a 45, yeah. So, they're all 45s. The 45 board is probably the most useless board on the planet, and yet I've got a whole bunch of them. I wonder if I actually ever did buy some Piccolos. I could have sworn I had at some point, but let's see. I've got P-Mix. It's not really Piccolos though. I'm just gonna pull out my big thing and see if it I've got a Piccolo in there. Piccolo is the voltage regulator for the SSD. It's also a wind instrument. There's a lot of stuff in here that basically belongs to very old boards, and there's of no real practical use to be in here anymore. I'll have a look at the PMIC list and see if it's in there. And, well, all we've got is the Calp PMIC, which is an expensive chip, but not the one we want. Alexandra, it really depends on the context, like what was the rail, what was its proper value, what value did you get. There's also the variations that occur depending on what configuration of the board you have. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to read any given diode value. I really could have sworn I had ordered them because I knew that They weren't the most common chip. Bloody hell. So, no. I am just going to go into the other workshop and check one of the big boxes I've got in there. Just thinking maybe I actually do have a 239 board that I know works and I can just steal the chip from that. That's not a good policy, by the way. I sincerely do not recommend partaking in that sort of behavior. It almost always leads to disappointment in the future when you sort of forget that you took some parts from something and then you go wandering back expecting that you're going to have a fully working board somewhere, only to find that it's very much not a working board and you've only got yourself to blame. It's probably not even a 239 board that I'm thinking I have, but we'll see. Let's see. Ooh, maybe it is. Shit. It's a 923. It's very similar, but it's not the same. Crap. Okay. Whoops. Oops. Let's see what else I got lying around in this workshop. Nope, definitely not you guys. What about you? Not you. Alright, it's general purpose cluster of FlipSyke. Well, it's just bags upon bags of disappointment thus far. Could have sworn I had more chips, but clearly I do not. Hey there, JCT. No, I'm certainly not going to be buying Rossmann Group, nor is Paul S, I dare say. Hey, Victor Young. Okay, so what do you got? 3437, SMC pin 77, you get a 104, should be 0.7, SMC top block swap L. I don't even know what that rail does. Top block. Well, while I'm cleaning my glasses, we'll have a look at that. What'd you say? 3437. Hey, Tony W. PCH strap top block swap valve. Alright, if you're getting a very high reading there, either the pull-ups are not working or your 3v3 is not working. Yeah. It's hard to say. That could also just be depending on the CPU. So like these values were taken from a particular, say, a 1.4 gigahertz CPU. Yours may be a different CPU. In which case, yeah, you could be getting a different reading. Yeah, that's fan PWM. Interesting. I don't think it is actually that, but for that sort of thing, you kind of need people like Pionov around to make sense of what that's actually meant for SMC project support. Yeah, I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm sorry. I mean, at best, you could measure 5296 and 5283 out of circuit. Just, rotate them off and see if they're the right values. And I'm guessing you have 3v3 SO. It would be cool if you could link open data points on the board rails. What do you mean, Arnold G? I mean, they are rail related, that's the thing. So I'm not sure what you're asking there. But yeah, they're all rail related, they're not pin related. Like board view to open. So like if you want to change them, you can just change them and then upload it to the open board view. Open board data rather. Oh right, flexibility. Yeah, okay. You need open board view to start considering implementing it. I don't do a lot with open board view anymore, mostly because it's slightly a conflict of interest for some people's perspective. I mean, I throw in bits and pieces when I can, but overall I sort of a bit of a standoff distance now. Okay, well at this point I'm going to put some power in. We don't have a distinct short, so I'm going to put some power in and see if we can get some rails. See if anything jumps up as a little bit strange. Wow, yep, the first thing that's strange is it didn't even stay connected. That's always a bad start. Okay, why am I not even... Oh, there we go. 681 steady. That's not right. Alright, now it's doing proper stuff. That was kind of weird, that startup there. I don't know whether it was just my software. Wouldn't surprise me if it was my software. Wouldn't surprise me. Arnold, it's all open and free. It's all open and free. So, the protocol for accessing open board data, it's all free. All the data can easily be downloaded. There's no restrictions to it. If you just go to openboarddata.org, you can download the data files directly. Okay, so we've got nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, this seems a little ominous. Nothing there. Nothing there. So we've basically got no power, it seems. Oh, shite. No. 0.73, I think that's about right for that area. 0.73. It's like there's... yeah. I just need to check and see where our power should be coming in. Hey there, B-Dog. So we should have 1v8, 9, 9, 9, 1v2, 1, yeah. So we're getting none of those. So we should be seeing something on 3v3s5 SSD, I think. When they split the chip up like this, it can be a little bit tricky to find the supply rails into the chip. But I'm gonna guess 3v3s5 SSD is probably gonna be an input. I think, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, vCore, vCore. Okay, yeah, that might be it because these ones are all 0.7, so something's actually tying it down. I'm gonna guess the chip itself is tying it down. Yeah, 0.7. Let's see what our diode let's see what our diode mode is for that rail. Wonder if it's going to be significantly lower than what it should be. So 4.2, and funnily enough it's actually slightly higher, so that's not explicitly causing it. So what we can do is find out where that's coming from. It's 3B, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna guess this here is a current sense. That, yeah. Of course, it's not populated. LifeVote connector. Yeah. Oh no! I can't believe it. Surely they didn't. Surely they did not make that mistake. That would be... I'm almost certain they just simply have accidentally left that off. The people that supply this to me... maybe... Anyway, without the LifeVote connector, you're not going to get power. That's... the LifeVote connector supplies all of that sort of stuff as far as I understand. So yeah, that's why we're not getting anything. Now, of course, the next problem is that I don't have a lifeboat connector. Arnold, what sort of glitch did you see? Hey there, Jim Allen. Let me know if you do see any glitches, because this is the repaired Kony HDMI 4 card, and if it starts misbehaving again, of course I'm going to send it back again. I'll switch back to the Blackmagic, and then maybe I'll look at, I don't know, ask them for a refund from the company or something like that. Top area black spots for a few seconds. Oh, that will probably just be Linux at fault. Yeah, it will be because I overlaid the window over these sections here. See how the mouse moves around? So it's the screen capture. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I need to find a lifeboat adapter. God damn it. Crap. There's no feasible way for me to test this without that connector, and I don't know if I have anything. Obviously 1708, so I've got a bundle of... Oh wait, yeah, my other 239 should still have it. Yes, it does. Lucky. Okay, so this 239, which I've stripped. By the way, I have to apologize. I've forgotten who sent me this 239 board. It was quite some time ago. I think they were from England. This 239 board that you sent me has meant that I've been able to save quite a number of boards, and you know, I offered to pay you for this board, and at the time you said no, it's all cool, I'm just happy to see you repair boards with it. But if you can remember who you are, and by the way, don't try and trick the system, because I will simply check back on the emails to make sure that the emails correlate. Anyway, if you remember who you are, then let me know so that I can show you my thanks, at least in some small way. Because that board, like I said, it has probably resulted in me repairing at least a dozen other similar boards. You can see all the parts have been stripped off and things like that. Greg, yes, that might have been 5 years ago. I didn't realize you were that old, actually, Greg. I thought you were younger. You come across as a bit more of a spring chicken. So take that in a positive way, I hope. What is the matter with you? I really hope it wasn't something as... I mean, I sort of do hope it was as dumb as not having the lifeboat connector, or maybe they had a bad lifeboat connector. The reason why I'm not really buying too much into it being that is because of the fact that, like I said, the people that send these to me, they have those Apple, what do you call it, Apple lifeboat units, and so they most likely were trying to recover the data using the Apple lifeboat unit without success, and they just simply forgot to put it back on. That's my theory. What I will do though, before I try and connect up to the screen, is we will... I just don't know if this is a good one or not. We'll give it a whirl. Put 2 screws in it that I don't actually have. Where are you, A1990? There we go. Hey, wrong way. Arnold, no, when they take the lifeboat off, there is the Apple Lifeboat adapter that you use, and you can just drain the data out that way. This is one of those things. And so that's the Lifeboat connector. And in here basically is effectively a Piccolo and a controller and whatnot, and then it plugs into another Apple Mac. And that's how you usually drain the data out. And the fact that they have sent this to me in spite of having that equipment means I don't think this is going to be just a straightforward fix. Because if they've got the gear, then why did they send it to me? Because they definitely haven't sent it to me to use the Lifeboat connector. Yeah, I'll be curious to see if we get 3 volts now. Or whether we get a bang. Hopefully not like last night. Okay. 5 volts, 20 volts. It certainly behaves like it's trying to boot. I mean, it is. And it'll give the, what do you call it, Lifeboat connector, but anyway, ouch. Let's see if we get 3.3. Yeah, okay, so now we've got 3.3. 0.8. 0.8. It's interesting, they're 0.85, not 0.9. That's kind of a bit of a concern. 1.8, 1.8, 1.2. So there's a 0.7 around here. 1.2, no. 0.9. Yeah, the fact that these are 0.85 is a slight concern to me. What's the current like? 400 milliamp. Okay, so it's not really causing any grief. I'm going to peel back this. Hopefully we don't see anything under there we don't want to see. The lines themselves will have, there will be open board data for those lines on either side of the connector, but it's probably not going to be required. This no, it seems intact. So if you go to the schematic, it's saying J9600, and you zoom in. So there is data there. You can see the figures. It hasn't been put in there specifically for the connector. It's just that those nets are already, so it doesn't matter where on the board you measure that net, it's going to show up. I want to connect a screen to this and see if we are still getting what do you call it? Blah 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 blah. Can't speak. Flashing folder. That's the one. So I'm fairly sure on this model that I don't need to. If you just plug in an external screen on the USB, it should show up. It's not one of the security locked ones like the new machines. New machines are a colossal pain in the ass because of that. Like you're trying to diagnose them or get something out of them, but you can't because it won't activate the external screen until you've confirmed everything else is good and logged in and gave it a pat and a few biscuits and stuff like that. Alright, where is my multi-way adapter? Oh, every flippin' time. Every time. Let's see if this cheap nasty one does the job. Oh wait, no, you're a Thunderbolt one. Ah, here we go. This is the good one. Hi there, creature. So we'll just plug that into there. That gives us a screen. I really just should also buy a USB-C to HDMI converter. Obviously I have one here, but sometimes it's more convenient to not have to lug that thing around. Okay, I suppose it would be prudent of me to cover this up. Let's see, so we could be booting. I'm not sure how long it'll take before it switches to screen, if it does at all. Oh, whose birthday? Oh, happy Tuesday. Pfft, yeah, that wasn't birthday. No signal. Kind of odd. Okay, let's try something slightly different. Ah, there we go. Alright, so no battery. Damn it. Great. Guess who doesn't have a 1706 chassis? When I have initial boot, it's a little on high, but remember it's also taking the power from the adapter brick, and that does use up a couple of 100 milliamp. Kind of feel like I really do need to contact the person and say, did you intentionally leave off the lifeboat, or was that the fault all along? It certainly doesn't seem to light that port on that USB connector. Let's see if we can get it to fire up again. It's still doing this crap. Alright, I gotta find a way around that. Let's see. I do not know what battery type we need for this one. Broadway. I'm just looking up what battery model I need and see if I've got one hanging around here. Let's see, A1706. And we need BAPA 18190 or A1819. Alright, time to go into the workshop, the other one, and see if I can find an A1819 or whatever it is. This is why I've been trying to get a 1706 chassis. I can get away with the display side of it, but when it comes to testing this kind of thing, yeah, inevitably bites me in the backside because I haven't got one. Let's see, 1713. Oh my goodness, you're useless. 1965, 1713. Bugger. Hey Mia, how you doing? Oops, a little bit loud. It was an accident. I wonder if there's another chassis that has a battery I can use. I got a 1708. Looks like I've got 1708s galore. A1534s. Can suck my... yeah, whatever. A1990. Actually, two of those. 2179. Ooh, something's 2159. I've got a battery in here that is leaking crazy. I can smell it everywhere. There's some nasty. What is it? A1502. Oh, that's useless. You call yourself a useless donor? Useless. A1989. That's probably the closest I'm gonna get. That's they'll have an A20850 board in it. See what the battery is for that one. Yeah, the 1989 and the 1706 aren't too dissimilar, but probably not similar enough. Oh no, I could be wrong. No, first I better disconnect this stuff just in case I do an accidental short, which of course would be hilarious for everybody else except me. There are people out there who know this stuff off the back of their head. People like Rossmann and Pernov and such. Me, no such blooming luck. This really does feel like a drop-in replacement. I've got to find out about that. Hey, ZX. I don't think I'll put that much effort into it. It's a good idea, but just like the guy who knows the 7.4 LS chip line without the book. Yeah. Well, the 7.4 series, given that things like the LS, HS, HF, all that sort of, all those letters are denoting the style of the, typically the performance of it, whether it's high speed or shock it, whatever. One of the fan posts near the right fan will not line up. Hey there, Jason. Is Jason going to be one of those people that knows everything? I just want to see what this battery number is. Eating noodles out of a cup. Cat stole your 8-hour slow cooked pie. Oh, really? That's funny. And of course, once you're done with the 7.4 series, you've got the 4000 series to worry about. Terrible, I can read more of the Chinese than I can the English here. A1964, so it's definitely a different battery. 1964 versus 1819. I wonder if that'd still work though. Probably not. Oh, Nell, yeah, question mark folder. So I can't work out whether I've got a bad piccolo or whether it was some sort of stuff up on the other end. Jason, that's no chop at all. Yeah. Sorry, Jason, you're saying that should work? Hey, Coda. Shouldn't you be working, Coda? Don't you have that big list of jobs that you need to get done that you haven't done? You slacker. Yeah, you're crying time poor, like, oh, I've got so many things to get done, and then you're just YouTubing your life away, being slowed down by at least 50% because of YouTube answering questions, dumb questions at that too. It's too warm? What temperature is it there? I bet you it's probably warmer here in winter than it is there in summer at the moment. Okay, so Jason, okay, I want you all to know that Jason says this should work other than the fan alignment issue. Now, if this goes kablammy, then Jason will owe me a cup of noodles. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what some random internet person says. It's entirely up to you to decide whether you want to believe them or not. $25 outside, 32 in the workshop. Yeah, it's probably similar to about this. I gotta admit, we're probably at about 23 here. To be fair, it is... what is the time? It's almost midnight here. So we definitely hit that temperature during the day, I can tell you that much. Post near the right fan, okay, that's fine, yeah. Why am I having a difficult time getting this one in? This here will not line up either, whatever that is. I'm not even going to bother the trackpad. That's going to be a keyboard. The keyboard doesn't seem to line up. But again, I'm not worried about that. All I want is display and Puar. I'm just going to double check something. Yeah, our winters are certainly very warm. The trouble is, it's been getting quite a bit warmer than what we're used to, even for us. When I first moved here, we would get about 3 to 4 weeks of nice cold weather. When I say cold, you're talking days below 20. But now we maybe get 3 or 4 days of that, and that's it. Which is kind of scary. Sorry. Okay, what I'm doing here is comparing. So we've got disconnect, ground, battery monitor current out, SM bus data, clock, SysDetect. Okay. So what I was doing there is I'm comparing the this is where the little battery flex plugs into, and that's between the 239, which is the board we have, and the 850, which is the board that would normally go into here. It's not that I don't trust Jason, it's just that I want to be covering myself. So, like I said, nothing against Jason. He did guide the way and say it can be done, so that's a good start. But I think it's important that I also check on my own accord. Okay, here's the other thing. I need a screw to go into there so that I can actually attach that battery. Ah! Damn you. There's a clear... what is it? I don't know if I can bother explaining it. There was a clear cover that you get when you buy the batteries, and they have the plastic clamshell sort of thing around them when they're shipped. And the clear cover was just floating around in the room, and I couldn't see it until I basically just kept running into it. Okay. And now I'm looking for my 1708 box. $15.02. Nope, definitely no 1708 there. Not there. No, iPhone 7 it certainly is not. Ah, found it. Not where it was supposed to be. Coda, you throw that cat out the window, I'll fly over there and kick you in the Swifties. Or maybe I'll just give a swift kick into the... yeah, whatever. I know you're joking. Fuck. Plug in one of the connectors, mate. Yeah. Security screening. Battery power. What? What's going on here? Not getting any power there. Oops. Okay, we've got power there. Got power there. It might not have been plugged in properly, that's all. Shit. It doesn't like the screen? That seems a little weird. That makes no sense at all. Why the hell would the screen stop it even taking any power? I think that's... whatever's going on, I think it's coincidental. Unless the screen's faulted. Yeah, that's possible. That would be so typical of my life. I was fairly sure with this one it was a board fault. We'll find out. Yeah, that's trucked. Screen disconnected. Yeah, okay, now it's not even doing anything on those ports. Bloody hell. Is it... okay, I'm just gonna temporarily switch away from my unit. Okay, that's booting fine. Okay, yep. That's alright. Screen in. I'm just verifying that it is the screen or if it's something else. Yes, that's booting. So yeah, it looks like that was more coincidental. Known good equipment makes such a difference in life. Hey, Apple logo. Come on, there is no way that... holy shit, it did boot. I can't believe it. Okay, the battery doesn't get detected properly, but... yeah, that basically didn't need fixing at all. Other than the fact that someone dropped off the lifeboat connector for some reason. I'll have to double check on that because that is working fine. Either that or it has simply been repaired through postal percussive maintenance. Yeah, it's entirely possible that postal percussive maintenance did the trick. That's kind of weird. Good to know that screen works too. That's just crazy though. I'm really gonna have to find out what went wrong there. Well, great, I just mistreated it. I shouldn't do that. That's very wrong of me. I'll email the person and say to go, did you guys forget to test this? Because sometimes when you do something over and over, you can get a little bit, I wouldn't say weary, but you start to sort of narrow your tests over time because you just get a bit presumptuous about things. And maybe they just, forgot about the lifeboat connector, which would definitely explain what they were experiencing. It's possible, but it's just weird. Yeah. Very weird. Yeah, Miles, that's precisely right, yes. I mean, it's, how could you say, it's something that I think we all, well, okay, I shouldn't say we all, but I know it's something that I can easily fall into. There have been plenty of times where I've been going through trying to diagnose something and I just completely forget some of the rudimentary things that I should be checking before going in any deeper. And it takes someone to remind you, and then you're like, oh yeah, crap, forgot about that completely. Anyway, at least the nice thing is that that drive works, so that means the person's going to get their data. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is, what's this? Okay, someone, Santiago, said Flexboard View is working perfectly on the MacBook M1. The trouble is I put a question mark, so I don't know whether they're asking me if it works or whether they're telling me it works, but I do know it works. I'll just have to remember to take that lifeboat connector back off though, otherwise I want to ship it back to him with the lifeboat connector. I don't have any other ones. Right. Righto. Right, so what have we got here? 13-inch 2020, no power, 20 volt through left ports, no reading through the right ports. What? 1399. Ooh. Crap, no, sorry folks, I can't show you this one. Sorry. Some things I am strictly forbidden from exposing. Not least of which is my body down the street. Apparently people don't take so kindly to that for some reason. It only happened once or twice. Okay, we've got another question mark folder one. This is the one that we had a look at the other night and we couldn't work out what was going on. So let's revisit it. Okay, it's beep. I do love my scanning software system. Agreeably, it took me a little longer than I planned to get it to work. Okay. It also won't go into internet recovery, just hangs. Tried the lifeboat connector, see if SSD readable, gets pre-boot disk, didn't eject. Okay, that's an interesting one. Pre-boot disk didn't eject. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. You're gonna hate me because we didn't do any soldering tonight, but it is midnight and I have been pretty busy today. I did a dump load of trash removal in the truck and then I mowed half the property and I didn't do anything else. Oh, I chased couriers today. Yeah, chasing bloody couriers. That was always fun. Trying to find out where your packages go, that just wears you out every damn time. So yeah, I think it's time to close up for tonight. I do apologize. We didn't even heat up the soldering iron or anything. We magically solved things. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have more jobs. depends if the couriers deliver or not. Greg knows all about that. Hey Greg, the joy of couriers. Such is life. Okay, well, I'm out of here. You'll take care. Maybe see you tomorrow. Hopefully might actually have something interesting instead of whatever tonight was. Oh, and I'm also waiting on my new USB-C circuit boards, so if they turn up, we'll have a build, and that's certainly going to be interesting. See if I manage to design the circuit board without putting too many screw-ups in it. I dare say there's going to be at least 2 more revisions, but hopefully we can get the first revision to still work with a bit of cutting and rewiring if it needs be. So I'm out of here. Thanks all for being here. I'll see you next time.